So in this problem, what you can see that in this block at various points A, B, C, D, you have four different forces acting in different directions, and you need to find out the magnitude, inclination, and position of the resultant. You need to find out magnitude, inclination, and position of the resultant. Now, position is something which is new and it has been added here. So you can see that this is a system of coplanar non-concurrent forces. So if it is a system of coplanar non-concurrent force systems, you have three equations of static equilibrium that we have previously discussed. So in these three equations of static equilibrium, let us use our first equation of static equilibrium, sigma fx. Uh, obviously here you need to find out the resultant, so resultant won't be zero. Okay, so but for a coplanar non-concurrent force system, you have three equations of static equilibrium. So let us find out sigma fx first. So what will be the value of sigma fx? This will be minus 10, this one. Then you have 20 cos 30, and then you have 30 cos 45, and you have this 45, 40 won't be counted because it is in y-axis. So you can calculate this. You can find out fy. Fy will be, this won't contribute to fy. Here you will have 20 sine 30 plus 30 sine 45, and you have 40 here. So you will find out the value of sigma fx and sigma fy. Now R by parallelogram law of forces, this is sigma fx whole square plus sigma fy whole square. We will find out the value of R. Now phi, the inclination of the resultant with the horizontal, is given by tan inverse sigma fy by sigma fx. So you will find out the magnitude of phi. And the second important thing is, depending upon the signs of fy and fx, you can decide in which quadrant will this phi lie. So this is, you have solved two equations of required for static equilibrium. Now coming to the third part, that is position. So for position, you need to apply Varignon's theorem. So to find out the position, what we are doing is, the first, if you talk about position, position means distance. If you talk about distance, the first thing is reference. What is your reference? So reference is something that is arbitrary, or you can say it is your own choice. Like in the derivation of Varignon's theorem, I had taken a distance y from the origin. You could have taken it anywhere from any possible location. Here also, the choice of the reference or the origin is purely yours. So for simplicity, what we are doing is, let us take our origin as A. So once we have decided A as our origin, what you need to do is, you will mark this. Look, this is your first problem. So to make things understandable to you, what we'll be doing is, we'll mark a location. So this location has been clear. So let us draw a rough line. So this is your rough line. So this is your line of axis of moment. This plus indicates this is your line of action of moment. Now this is predefined. This is your choice. Line of action of moment means that all distances henceforth will be calculated with respect to point A only. Okay. So what does Varignon's theorem say that the moment produced by all individual forces acting in a system, the sum of moments produced by all individual forces acting in the system is equal to the moment produced by the resultant taken about the same point. So what we are doing is, let us designate our resultant also. Let us say that this is our resultant R, and this is the value of phi. Now R and phi, the magnitude of R and phi, you have already calculated. So this is not an issue. By solving these two equations, we have already calculated the value of R and phi. Only what we are doing is, we are letting it happen where this distance will be x. Let us assume that from the uh, point A at a distance x. Now, once we say this is positive x, that means if the answer comes out to be negative, it will be lying somewhere here on the other side of it. And R and phi is known to you, so you have marked the location of the resultant. So now let us apply the Varignon's theorem. So Varignon's theorem, now let us go 4 forces at a time. So 10 Newton force, it lies on A itself. So it is passing through point A, means there is no perpendicular distance involved with 10 Newton. So if there is no perpendicular distance involved with 10 Newton, then the moment produced by 10 Newton force is 10 into 1. Sorry, 10 into 0. This will not produce any moment because it is lying on point A itself. There is no perpendicular distance. Okay. Now, perpendicular distance means from the line of action, the distance between two parallel lines is actually called as your perpendicular distance. So here you have two parallel lines. This is parallel to this line AB, the dark line AB. Now this force is actually parallel to dark line AB, and if it is parallel to dark line AB, the distance between the force and the dark line AB is actually 0. So the distance between two parallel lines representing the line of action of moment is called as your perpendicular distance. Now come to this 20 Newton force. Now this 20 Newton force will be resolved into two components. This is 20 cos 30. Now this is 20 sin 30. If you look at these two components, this lies on the line AB. So this is parallel to line AB and there is no distance involved. So the horizontal component does not contribute. Now come to the vertical component. The vertical component, it is 20 sin 30. This is parallel to this and it has a distance of 3. So this is 20 sin 30 into 3. This is force, this is moment. Now come to the direction. So clockwise movements, this is also I have told you, clockwise movements are positive and anti-clockwise movements are considered as negative. These are sign conventions. You can reverse them also, but sign conventions need to be followed so that we have a standard result for everybody. Now, what do you mean by clockwise or anti-clockwise? Now, if you look at this force is parallel to dark line AD. How will 20 sine theta approach so that by covering the shortest distance, it approaches AD? So if it moves in anti-clockwise direction, so this is your anti-clockwise direction. So if it moves in anti-clockwise direction, it will cover the shortest distance and touch AD. So this is anti-clockwise in nature and this is minus. Now come to 30 Newton force. Now 30 Newton again has two components, 30 cos 30 and 30 sin 30. Now coming to cos 30. Now cos 30 is parallel to line AB. If it is parallel to line AB, it will definitely, there is a distance involved. So the distance is 2 meters. So this is 30 cos 30 multiplied by 2. Now how will this move so that by covering the shortest distance it approaches AB, because the distance was calculated with respect to line AB. So it will be clockwise direction. So this is positive. Now 30 sin 30, this is parallel to AD. Again, the distance is 3 meters. So this is 30 sin 30 into 3. This is minus because it will be anti-clockwise in nature. Now coming to this 40 Newton force, this 40 Newton force is perfectly vertical. It is parallel to line AD, and the distance between these two parallel lines is 0, so it will not contribute to moment. So this is 40, this you can write plus or minus anything, 40 into 0. This is the sum of moments produced by all individual forces. Now this is equal to the moment produced by the resultant taken about the same point. So what will be the moment produced by the resultant? So again, resultant will also have two components. This is r sine phi, and you have r cos phi. So r sine phi lies on AB. So you have, they are parallel, but they do not have perpendicular distance between them. R cos phi lies at a distance of x. So this is r cos phi multiplied by x. Now the nature. It is parallel to AD. It has to move in anti-clockwise direction so that it approaches AD. So this is minus. Okay. In this entire process, you can say that x is unknown, and you can solve and find out, solve and find for x. Okay. So if you solve it, you will get the value of x because r and phi are previously known to you. You can calculate, you can do your work and find out the value of x. If x comes out to be positive, that means your uh, location is correct. If the x value of x comes out to be negative, that means it will be onto the other side of A. Now, another question lies that it was not mandatory that I would have chosen the distance from A only. If I choose from B, let us say the value of x comes out to be 1.2 meters. Value of x comes out to be positive 1.2 meters. So if you would have chosen the location from point B, it would have come out to be minus 1.8 meters, or if you consider this distance to be positive, let us say that at the time of selection you said that values to the right, sorry, to the left of B will be taken as positive. So if you have chosen this as positive, then doesn't matter, your value will come out to be, it should come out to be 1.8, because the location of the resultant will not alter itself irrespective of whatever position you choose. Okay, so you go through it. So in the first part of the problem, what we had done is, it is written as moment about A. Okay, so now what we will be doing is, we will find out moment about B. So to find out moment about B, what we have done is, we have taken B as your reference and drawn the reference angles, or sorry, reference locations. So let us take moment about point B. Now this has 20 cos 30 lies on AB, no perpendicular distance. So 20 cos 30 is 0. 20 sin 30 also lies on BC. Again this is 0, because there is, जिसके वो parallel है उसमें perpendicular distance नहीं है. ठीक है. अब ये 30 cos 30, 30 cos 30 is parallel to AB. So और इन दोनों के बीच में दूरी है, तो दूरी कितनी है? 30 cos 30, दूरी है 2 मीटर, ये दूरी 2 मीटर है. नेचर क्या है? ये ए बी को पकड़ने के लिए क्लॉकवाइज चलेगा, तभी जल्दी पकड़ पाएगा. सो दिस इज प्लस 30 साइन 30, ये एडी लाइन के ऊपर ही लाई, सॉरी बीसी लाइन के ऊपर ही लाई कर जाएगा. तो 30 साइन 30 मल्टीप्लाइड बाई 0. अब आ जाओ 40. 40 क्या है? 40 इज पैरेलल टू बीसी. बीसी और 40 के बीच में दूरी कितनी है? 3. ठीक. नेचर क्या है? इट हैज टू मूव इन क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन सो एज टू अप्रोच बीसी. सो दिस इज पॉजिटिव. अब आ जाओ ये 10. ये 10 ए बी पे लाई करता है, और ए बी और 10 के बीच में जो डिस्टेंस है वो 0 है. So ये हो गया sum of all moments produced due to individual forces. Now let us find out the moment due to the resultant. Now R cos phi lies on AB, so it will not give any moment. R sin phi will give you moment. So R sin phi हो गया, multiplied by कितना हो गया, distance कितना है BC से x, ये x हमने assume कर रखा है, और nature क्या है, it has to move in clockwise direction. It has to move in clockwise direction so that it approaches BC. So this is positive. Again, you can solve and find x. In both the cases, there is absolutely no possibility that you will be getting different locations. You will get different answers, because if it is 1.2 meters from A, it is 1.8 meters from B. So the answer magnitude wise may be different, but the location in any case will not differ. So this you have to keep in mind, that irrespective of your choice of location, the answers will match at any cost.